Story time! Do I have a story to tell you today? Yes, I do. I do have a story to tell you today. And I'm going to change the name of our main character in our story today to Jack. Why is his name Jack? Because I can't think of another boy's name. All the male names that I've thought of, I know somebody, and so that'd be awkward. So we're just gonna go with Jack. His name's Jack. I'm not gonna lie, when I boarded that plane to the big city of New York City, I let my mind play with the idea of finding the one, the Mr. Darcy, Mr. Right. And you know, having that ring by spring, that would be a freaky fast dating and engagement period. But hey, it's my hopeless romantic dream, so don't come at me with logic. Plus, I didn't think it was actually gonna happen. So, anyways, the day before our story begins, I was at a women's conference, and during the lunch period, I was talking to the keynote speaker, and we're just having this really great conversation. And I said the words to her: "Your message is so refreshing. Marriage isn't guaranteed to everybody. I mean, if God blesses you with marriage, that is a gift. But if God has you remain single, that's also a gift." I really need to watch what I say sometimes. The next day, I was in the car with my pastor and his family, and I usually hang out with them all day, so it wasn't that crazy. But then my pastor pops up, just pipes up out of nowhere and goes, "Oh, so Rebekah, you're not going to believe this. Jack asked me permission to court you today." I laughed, but was really kind of touched, but also really felt bad for the poor boy because I was moving in 4 weeks, and I'm like, that's awkward. I felt so bad. So my pastor and his wife are making jokes, and I was just laughing along. I thought it was funny. I was like, "Aw, poor guy, but what am I gonna do? No, thanks." And I was just laughing along when one of them says, "What, you don't want to stay in New York and be married to an old man?" And I was like, wait, what? Who's Jack? Wait a second. I'm confused. Who's Jack? Because obviously I guess I don't know Jack. It turns out that Jack is a man from India who is in his 50s. And he wanted me to bear and raise his children. Yeah. Of all the things that I thought would happen to me while I was here in New York, being practically proposed to by a 50-year-old man from India was definitely not one of them. Of course I had to tell my parents about oh my gosh, this gentleman asked me to court him. He was thinking of 3 to 6 months courtship before we were engaged. And I made it sound so romantic and just, I can't believe this happened. And you could hear the, oh shoot, just oozing off of my mom through the phone. And they both, my dad more joked about oh, coming back to New York, or staying in New York, eh? And then my mom, you could just hear in her voice, is just she's gonna stay in New York, she's not coming home. And just the, but then I had to tell them the truth. And it was awesome. And believe me when I say that the irony of the situation was not lost on me. It was not. But hey, if I end up 63 and never getting married, I can't say that God never gave me the opportunity to have a husband and kids. God did give me the door, I just did not walk through it. So that is my story, and I am sticking to it. So yeah, what 18-year-old girl does not want to marry a 50-year-old man from India and bear and raise his children and be the companion of his heart for the rest of his days? It was a sweet offer, but thanks, but no thanks. I hope you guys have enjoyed this story time, and it was definitely an entry that I never guessed I'd make. Wait, do you hear that? It's the ice cream truck. I gotta go.